I don't really do that. It's a secret. I could whisper. I'll just whisper. Not that I'm used to these mics, but I'll just whisper. We'll get through it. Thank you. Thank you for your patience with me. We'll get this right. You got to give me 30 days to get it right. That's not 30 Sundays, it's just 30 days. So this morning, the Old Testament, the lesson is about trusting and believing. When we get to the New Testament, and I'll be very honest with you, here is where my lack of biblical education comes in. It's very hard to understand the scriptures. And when I read it for the first time, I said, you gotta be kidding me. I have to talk about something that I don't understand. But of course, if you get to the end of the scripture, there's that very comfortable scripture, come to me, all you who are weary and burdened. So this morning, that's where I'm going to go. Because you know what? That's about trust too. So let me ask you, do you ever think about being weary? Weary. I gave it a lot of thought, and I thought, gosh, if I ran a marathon, I'd be weary, but I would be exhausted. And I think that's a little different than weary, don't you? When I rake the yard and I bag up all the leaves, I'm literally dripping with sweat. But I'm not weary. I'm tired. If I run around and do grocery shopping and sit at my computer for far too many hours than I need to, I'm tired, but I'm not weary. So how do you feel weary? What classifies weary? This morning when I got up, I went downstairs and had coffee or breakfast. My husband gets up ahead of me and he usually makes his own breakfast unless he wants French toast or pancakes. And then I make them. But he makes his own breakfast. He sets his little iPad up. He puts the little speaker on and he turns on the news every single morning. And we got up in a good mood this morning. I slept fairly well. I don't sleep well on Saturday nights. I don't know if you do, but the thoughts run through my head a lot. I wake up. But I slept fairly well. I was in a great mood. And then the news came on. Because he listens to the news. And I was eating, I think, my cereal or something, and I hear a man on a scooter driving through shooting people. He killed an elderly man. He drove from Queens to Brooklyn on a scooter, just shooting his gun as he went. And I thought, and I stopped and I prayed. I prayed for all those people who were shot. And my heart got sad. And then they talked about the Jersey firemen, the two that will be buried this week, who gave their lives doing what they love, fighting a horrendous fire in New Jersey that still burns. And I stopped and offered a prayer for those families who lost husbands and fathers and brothers. And if that wasn't enough, next, I have no idea what just happened. I have no idea. No idea. Hello. I'm on. I'm plugged in. Anyway, if that wasn't enough, I'm going to keep going. There you go. I'll just keep moving down so you can hear me. I hear of a little boy who was in the road, and a van ran him over. And as he tried to get up, the van ran him over again. And it was an accident. And again, my heart just broke. And I started to cry. And then I thought to myself, this is what weary feels like. This is weary. Because these are situations I have no control over. And yet they control me. And how do we live every single day when the world presents weary opportunities? Not joyful ones, not pleasurable ones, but weary ones. Come to me, all who are weary and heavy burdens. We all carry burdens, whether we will admit to them or not. But when you have that feeling of helplessness, of sadness, of overwhelming fatigue, and you don't know why, You are weary. And the world cannot fix it. Yes. You can go to work all day and come home and put your feet up and watch television. You can TV binge movies. You can do that. And maybe it'll make your brain feel better and your body will feel better because you're rested, right? What does it do for your soul? Because when Jesus is saying, come, Jesus wants your soul. Jesus wants to heal you from the inside out. Jesus knows what the world is like. The world today is no different than the world of yesterday. We have leaders just like then who demand high taxes, who demand our working hours be longer. People who stand in high places, who we trust, who lie to us, who manipulate the truth each and every day for their own personal gain. That's no different than in Jesus' time with the Pharisees and the Sadducees. They did the same thing. So come all who are weary. Not just you all here in this church family, but everyone. There is no color, there is no race, there is no gender. Come, all who are weary, and I will give you rest, Jesus says. I will give you rest. The other evening, we were lucky enough to have some of you come out for a very hot meeting. The temperature was hot. And one of the questions raised was, how do we get people in the church? How do we do that? And we had good conversation, and we will have more conversations coming up. And I will let you know what I know when I know it. But we have to be able to say to every one of God's children, no matter where they're from, what language they speak, what they look like, or what their gender, come. This is a place where you can be filled, where your spirit can be filled, where you can regain a strength that you cannot in front of the television set, or in a good book, or with a glass of wine, or a can of beer. You cannot get rest from that. That is for your body. This is for your soul. And my friends, Jesus is in the business of soul building. It is our souls that need to build and grow. And he goes on to say, take on my yoke and learn from me. And what do we learn from Jesus? What is Jesus teaching us in this scripture? He's teaching us to be open to everyone, every person. He's teaching us to trust that God will get us through this, that we will find rest in our souls. God is there for us. And he's teaching us that you don't have to stand and lord it over people. Kindness, gentleness, humility. Come, share my yoke. My burden is easy and light. Come, I will help you. Come, no matter what. I am here for you. Bring whatever you're carrying with you. Let me share it. I'll get you through it. Won't make it go away, won't stop it, won't cure it. But I'm with you every moment to get you through this. My friends, this is such a comforting scripture. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Is that not the kind of rest that you're looking for? Is that not the kind of rest that we need as a people today? We run here and there and everywhere. Our schedules sometimes are so busy that rest is the last thing we think of, and the only time we think of it is when we put our heads on the pillow. I'm inviting you today to take a different kind of rest. I'm inviting you today, put your feet up, get your favorite drink, and open your scriptures. Open the Bible. Read the words that will fill your soul, that will give you rest. that will build you up as a disciple of Jesus Christ. Offer your prayers earnestly. Talk to God. God is always listening, no matter what you think. Lay it out there. Be honest with yourself, which is the hardest thing to do. To look in that mirror and be honest with yourself. Lay it before God. Let it be there. And my friends, you will thirst no more. Your souls will be filled. You will have joy that you have never known. And you will have the peace of God in your hearts that we all search for. Trust me when I say this. God is there for us. All of us. Every day. I'd like to share the words of this song, because I found them to be extremely fitting for today. But you know, something else came to my mind just now, and I want to share it with you. William Barclay, theologian and noted Christian, shared this story, and I thought it was important. Well, maybe not. What was Jesus' occupation? What was he? Huh? He was a carpenter. And William Barclay says, can't you just see his store with a big yoke out front saying, mine fit the best, come on in? Couldn't you just see it? Right? They're not too snug, they're not too tight, they're perfect. Come, take my yoke upon you. This song is written by Jill Phillips, so I'd like to share the words with you. Oh, gently lay your head upon my chest, and I will comfort you, just like your mother, while you rest. The tide can change so fast, but I will stay. The same through the past, the same in the future, the same as today. I am constant, I am near. I am peace that shatters all of your fears. I am holy and I am wise. I'm the one and only who knows every heart's desire. I know your heart's desires. Oh, weary and tired and worn, let out all of your sighs and drop that heavy load because you hold, because my load is light, and I know you through and through. There's no need to hide. I want to show you my love that is deep, high, and wide. Because I am constant, I am near. I am the peace that shatters all of your secret fears. I am holy. I am wise. I am the only one who knows your heart's desires. I am the only one who knows your heart's desires. God knows you, inside and out. Take the time. Reach out and say a prayer. Amen. Amen. Our next hymn